Okay.
Let us see. All right. Let me get this situation set up. Wish I had thought to do that previously, but it is what it is. Can do a quick recap of what we went over in class, last class. And then, yeah. What is my password is the question. Sorry. It's got to be the password. That's the only password I ever use. There we go. Allow. Oh boy, I do not like when Zoom does these things. Okay. Private, go live. All right, so we are live streaming this class, but it is private. So if y'all want to turn your cameras on, you are welcome to do so. We went over the syllabi previously. Today, we are going to be going over layouts for work samples, but I want to review your homework assignments first and also get you signed up for Concept Board. So let me go ahead and share screen for Concept Board. So on the Concept Board dashboard, geez, I got a lot of tabs open. On the Concept Board dashboard, it looks like this once you get logged in. What I'm going to do is invite users. So if y'all can all do me a favor and type your email addresses in the chat box, that way I can just copy paste everything. And you sign up for
Would you like to copy your email?
Say that one more time.
I just Tuskegee email, right?
You can use your Tuskegee email account, or if you have Gmail, you can use that as well, whatever is easiest to access for you. So whichever you're going to check most frequently, and remember that this is attached to Concept Board. So when you get in here, you're going to, when you get your link, it's going to show your screen to set up a free account. Set up a free account. Do not sign up for any trials or anything else, because that becomes problematic. And then once you get that situated, we're going to do this now while we're in class so we don't have any issues. So I got 11 email addresses, 12, waiting for 3 more people. I can't see the chat box. I can't see the chat box. They're not letting me see the chat box because I got it cast into YouTube. Like, what is happening? Invite users. Sorry about this. I don't know why it's not letting me see the chat box. So, oh, okay. Maybe we'll have to do that after class. What is happening? All right, you know your teacher is not check savvy, so bear with me, y'all. Anyway, all right, hold on. It's not allowing me to do that. Either way, I'm going to create a new board for ARC 211 and try to send it to you here. So this is going to take a little longer, but each of you is going to have to tell me your email addresses so that I can send it to you. And this is ARC 211 pinup week 1. Okay, so you're gonna have to unmute your mics, or I can just call your name so I can share, type in your email address. So start with Mr. Adams. Mike, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, email address.
M Adams
Mm-hmm.
8155@tuskegee.edu.
8155. So save. What is it saying? All right, who's next? Mr. Williams,
Yes, ma'am.
email address, please. Mm-hmm.
8654@tuskegee.edu.
You know what? Rather than go through all this, why is it not? The reason I'm doing it this way is because more often than not, when I tell students to go to the site itself, you don't have an invitation from an existing user, we have problems. Larry.
It's L Washington
Mm-hmm.
4832.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Jordan Payton.
J. Payton.
Oh, you know what? I see them now. Hold up. Oh, my chat box just went away. J. Payton.
9004@tuskegee.edu.
So y'all getting kicked out? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, the internet just went down at the campus. Or
I'm not gonna let these things stress me out today. I am not. All right, Ms. Murray. Tyra.
Yes,
Yes.
T Murray 9713 @ at tuskegee.edu.
I don't know what it costs to get a router, but y'all might want to do that for the sake of your sanity in your lives, because we've been having internet problems for the past 3 months. Here come Elijah. All right, let me see. Who do I have here?
Hello, the internet just crashed. I couldn't load anything.
Yeah, I heard. I'm sorry this is happening. Hold on. I got a couple of your email addresses up here already because I was able to get the chat box up. So just give me 1 second. Oh, now it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. Awesome. Yeah, so I would recommend getting a router because Tuskegee's been having these problems for the past 3 months. And I don't know what they're going to do to fix it. And yeah, it's annoying. I live on
another arc.
campus as well. Have y'all been over to your design studios, those of you who are on campus?
Yeah, I stopped by.
Have y'all,
No.
and y'all were able to get in okay? All right, so just going through each of these that I have up here. Got Tyra's. Sorry for the delay. But once we get this situated, you should not have any problems for the rest of the semester. I'm not even sure if you can log into your emails right now that I think about it. So Morgan, did you hear my announcement earlier? I'm currently casting this live because I was not able to log into Blackboard. So I'm casting this live on YouTube. And that way, as we're recording, I can send you the links to rewatch the videos later. I don't know if I can upload the previous class to YouTube, but I will. I guess you can. I imagine there's a way. But I will go over what we went over in the last class rather. EDU. J. Lamar. I think that's it. So I have Jordan Lamar, Harper, Alex, Morgan, Andrea, Elijah, Bryson, Chance. Got Bryson twice. I also have Mike, Larry, Jordan Payton, and Tyra Murray. Who am I missing? I'm missing Deja.
Yeah. You have me either.
Who's me either?
Journey.
Journey. All right, Deja D. Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
What's the number?
5250.
5250 at Tuskegee. And Journey J something.
Jay Goodman.
There we go.
1876.
At Tuskegee.edu. All right. Enter. Okay, so I hope that's everyone. So Bryson, Mike, Larry, Jordan, Deja, Journey, Elijah, Morgan, Harper, Tyra, Chance, Andrea, Alex, and Jordan, Lamar. We're good? Everybody's name was called? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sharing it. Done. So once y'all can get into your emails, set up an account. Are y'all able to access your emails, or is the internet just being completely janky? Y'all should have received the link that says you were invited to view a concept board something. So check your emails right now, please.
Professor Osama,
Yes, ma'am.
I won't be able to upload mine because I don't have my laptop with me.
Okay,
I'm currently at work.
okay. So when you get home, just do that. And then I think you sent me an email with your boards, yes?
I'm not sure.
Somebody did. I think it was either, it might have been Mike.
Yeah, I emailed mine. I know I did.
I emailed mine as well.
Okay, let me stop sharing screen for a minute. All right, so y'all saw that. So essentially what you are going to do, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back to PowerPoint real quick. So this was the assignment to choose a magazine article, magazine cover rather, I'm sorry, and add the different fields in place of the imagery or the text blocks on the magazine cover. This was so that we were understanding how to dissect a grid. So that was the assignment, correct? Everybody understands that. With Morgan, we'll probably need some more clarification. So you need to set up 2 slides, one with your name that says ARC 211, and then assignment 1, and then the second one with the actual magazine cover. So you were to, let me go through this process again. Let me know if you, what can y'all see? Can y'all see the PowerPoint presentation? What do you see right now?
It's on the concept board.
Okay,
It's on the concept board page where you can like draw, I think.
all right, cool. So let me go back to Zoom so that everybody can see what I'm talking about. How do I get back here? All right, I'm sharing screen, new share. All right, now we are in PowerPoint. So everybody sees PowerPoint, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is what I was saying. Your first slide with your name, the class, assignment 1. Then second slide with 2 copies of your actual magazine cover and the task completed on one side and the magazine cover as it currently is on the other. So once you're done with that, you can print to PDF. It's going to let me do it. Yes. Print. I'm going to save this in my ARC 211 folder because I'm trying to be organized. And we'll save it as assignment 1. Save. Now we're going back to concept board. New share. And concept board can be a little bit iffy with this, so I'm hoping that it works. But when you once you get your account set up and you're in this paper space, all right, I see Jordan, Scott, and somebody, Bryson. So once you're here and you're in this paper space, you can go to upload files. So you saved out your PDF from PowerPoint. Assignment 1, open. It's a lot of setup type stuff, but I think we have success. And so each of you, once you get your boards in here, you'll be able to pull it up in the space, and then we can discuss what you've pinned up. And this is how it will be for all of your assignments. I just wanted to go over it on the first day so that there's no confusion. And that way, every time I send you a board, so we'll do a board a week. So you will get a total of 15 boards for this class. So each week, you'll receive a new board. If I don't send you a board, remind me. I should not forget, but remind me. There's a bunch of stuff going on, with the exception of next week, because you know what's happening then. All right, so you'll have this information. I mean, your stuff pinned up in here. And as much as possible, we try to kind of line stuff up next to each other. So is anybody able to upload their boards right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to save mine to my computer right now.
Okay, cool. So if you can save it to your computer, save it out as a PDF. Once you get into the board, go to this plus sign, upload files, and you should be able to upload your PDF. It should not be a huge file because we did it in PowerPoint and it's only 2 slides.
Do we have to create an account, or did I click on the wrong thing?
Did it give you, did everybody that got into the thing, did it give you an option to create the account? You should create a free account because we're going to
Yeah.
do this for the rest of
Yeah,
the
it gave us the option.
Yeah. So you'll be using this for this class. And then once you get into 3rd year studio, because all of you are getting in 3rd year studio and claiming that, we'll be using the same accounts. So unless I upgrade to a new program for some odd reason, there's a bunch of platforms like this out there. We'll be using Concept Board again in 3rd year. So this will be of use, even if we are in person. It helps to have this stuff available because I can be in my office and be looking at your work and commenting and writing notes on whatever you have. And then your stuff is in the cloud. So it's almost like a 3rd reinforcement of what you need to do. But today, so we kind of got that out the way. We're halfway through the class. Y'all can keep pinning up. I'm going to go to, and I know you don't have access to this program yet, but you will. I got an update yesterday from Tech saying that the university has paid for licenses for the students to get the Adobe Creative Suite. What we're trying to make sure is that it's a cloud-based program now. So what we're trying to make sure is that you will be able to access it remotely. So for sure, you will be able to access it from the computer lab. What we are trying to find out is if you have a university login, like you log in using your university email, will you get free access to the program from your home? So once I get that clarified, I will give you some more information. But today we're going to look at Adobe InDesign briefly, and I'll also go over how to set up a work sample in PowerPoint. That is our lesson for today. Maybe I should do PowerPoint first since all of you have it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank-
For mine, it's saying that I need to request access into the board.
Into the board. Is that Journey?
Yes.
Journey, why? Why?
Also for mine,
Wait it first. Max,
Mine is said the same thing. You just have to activate your account.
Okay.
I'm
so-
having issues logging on my computer. I'll go to log in, but it just sends me back to the, I guess, login screen. Like it gives me the option. It shows me my email. I'm typing in my email right now.
Okay.
And after I do everything to sign in, it just sends me back to the section to log in again.
Oh, yeah. I was
I don't know what's up with that. It works on my phone though.
but not on your computer.
Probably need to just figure it out a couple times.
Try logging out and then you set up an account, Elijah?
Yeah, I'm gonna try a couple times.
Log in and then sign back out. I had the same problem when I was initially setting it up and I had to contact their tech people. I can't remember exactly what I did to get that resolved. Oh goodness, but while we're
I'm
here,
on the group on my phone though. On my phone, I have the group.
okay, so you can get into it on your phone, which is cool. All right, so while we're here, let's look at what you all have posted and see what we understand about. All right, Journey, you got situated, great. What we kind of understand about imagery and hierarchy from this exercise, or if we got anything out of it. This is cool. So we're looking good. Yay, first assignment. So just for the sake of Morgan, I'm going to go back really quickly to the kind of the first step. So Morgan, on Monday, we were discussing like a basic grid on a paper. And just like the gridded background that you see here on this concept board screen, and how that can be broken down into sections. And those sections are called fields. And regardless of the fields that you have there, you can go in and replace it with other information. So what I would actually like you to do, I think would be a cool exercise, is to take this particular layout that you've done, take the layout and then replace the information in the fields with other information. So it could be a block of text. All right, let me just demonstrate it to you because we're visual learners and I don't want it to be confusing. Share. All right, so everybody, if you're not looking at, what you call it? If you're not looking at the Zoom screen, I need you to right now. So now you've broken down your magazine cover into fields. And I was explaining to the class that when you have a grid and you've decided what your field sizes are going to be, or your field proportions are going to be, you can take whatever fonts, icons, imagery, or text blocks and enter, I want to use the correct word, basically replace that imagery or text or information with another thing and still maintain the same proportions in your on your page, in your paper space. I hope that made some level of sense. So what I'm going to do is where I have the fields, I'm going to instead now replace them with things. So I'm going to take the magazine logo and I'm going to replace it with text. Now I'm going to replace it with an image. I'm going to replace the background with a block of text, and I'm going to replace the titles with an image. And then that still, it's kind of different because it's a cover versus something else, but it still gives me balance if the two pages are next to each other, even though it's not the same like mirror image, the blocks or the fields are the same, so it keeps balance. And that's what we want to take into consideration when we are developing our portfolios or our work samples. So the importance is the consistency of the fields, the type of text that you use, and maintaining like the sizes of the text in that hierarchy. But we'll talk about that a little more after I try this. So let's see what Ms. Asamoah has. Pictures, desktop. All right, let's see. Insert. So rather than doing the logo, right where the magazine logo field is, I'm going to place this item here. I'm going to crop it a little bit to get it to be the same proportions. I don't know if PowerPoint allows you to grid out your slides. It's like Photoshop, Illustrator, and the other elements allow you to grid out your slides. All right, so we have that. I'm going to create in place of this. No, what I'll do is this. Backspace, and I'm going to make this background shape. I'm going to make it like a pale white color. I'm going to all right, so now we've got some balance. And sometimes when you're, when you see magazine layouts, there might be like a large quote in the middle of a block of text. And so I'm going to put something cheesy right here. And maybe the subtitle, I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet, but I'll put another image here as well. So. All right, so does everybody understand what I'm doing? Am I making any sense?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, cool. So I'm just basically mimicking I'm replacing the fields with imagery that had text. And then I am going to, not sure if I can find this exact font that's on the front, but I'll find something similar. Oh, that's pretty decent. I'm going to change this to, nope, we want that. I want to change the text color to black actually, because my surrounding text is now going to be white. I mean, black. Come on, awesome. Wow, what are we doing? We are making that black. And then I'm going to put some fake text in the back. So the idea of the fields is that you're taking up the same amount of space in the grids. You're just replacing the imagery or the text in the field with something else. So you're kind of flipping it to maintain consistency and balance on the page or on the paper space. So everybody, yes.
So the pictures, like the imagery we add in, does it have to like correlate to the original magazine cover?
Not necessarily. It could be a different project. But I just want you to, flip it, if that makes any sense. And then that way you have two balanced pages that are similar in layout. So we're replicating the layout, but changing the content and the layout. That was a lot more articulate than what I was saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so now I'm going to add some blocks of text. It's not going to say anything. It's just going to be like me typing. Come on. Does anybody have any questions? No? Maybe?
So right now you're doing like the opposite of what we did, or
So right now I'm taking
because you're adding like the pictures.
yes. So you're going to take that magazine layout that you did and then replace the fields with things that weren't there before, but they're going to be in the same proportions. So you're going to replace the fields with content that wasn't there before. So if you had a logo in one field, you can replace that with the image in the same proportions. If you had text in one field, you can replace that with the logo, but it has to be in the same proportion. So you get what I'm saying? You're just flipping the content around to maintain the same layout, but it's different content in each field. Did that make sense, Andrea? And y'all can tell.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, y'all feel free to tell me when I'm saying something that you're like, huh? What? Like, just say stuff. So that's what we're going to do.
So it can be a picture or an image or text. I mean,
Yes. The idea is just to maintain the proportions of the fields so that you have the same layout. And then what I'm going to do is bring this to the foreground, bring to front. Haven't decided what I'm going to put up here. Typically, I would wrap the text around this image. Wrap the text around this quote, but I feel like that's going to take more time. I'm just trying to demonstrate this in a way that makes some level of sense. Somebody just send me something in the chat box. So
Oh,
now,
okay. I see what you're doing right now. I have a better understanding of what you're saying with it being like the opposite. So it's like the text is replaced with an image of architecture, and then the background itself is going to be replaced by text. Okay. I am, as you said in the start, I'm more of a visual learner. So I can now that I see what you're doing it, I understand.
y'all don't know how good it makes me feel when y'all say y'all understand stuff because I know sometimes when I'm trying to verbalize it, it doesn't come out fluently. So yeah, I'm glad you understand. Very happy. Wait, no, just send backward. And bring forward. What happened? Come on. We were on a roll. This is why I really want us to get into InDesign because it's just a lot more fluid. There we go. So now you understand, kind of, I hope, that
Yes.
the same exact layout and just replace the content in the fields for the page. And that provides a level of balance when you are laying out your work samples or whatever. So it might be that, say for instance, you were creating a work sample. It might be that you have a large image with some text in front of it, or like the title of your particular project. And then on the opposite side, you might say, if this is a 2-page spread, on the opposite side, you have some text that outlines what you're talking about in this particular project. And then you might have some thumbnails about that show the process of your design development. So now, since we're still in, PowerPoint, I'm going to do my best to show you how to set up a work sample page. And I'm just using some imagery that I pulled up off of the internet. First thing we want to do, for me, it helps to have a layout already kind of decided. So once you're looking at whatever content that you want to display and you say, okay, what do I have? So take stock of what you have here. And I'm just going to type out a list. Wait, let me do a 2-page. Dang it, it's 12:50 already. Oh, this frustrates me. The time goes too fast. All right, so you want to take stock of what you have. And it might be that you have some preliminary sketches. You might have some diagrams or some photographs or something of that nature. But for your work sample, sometimes it can be a 2-page thing or like a double-sided layout. You're going to be presenting to companies on a screen. But if you want to do a 2-page PDF printout of your particular PowerPoint or 3-page PDF or however many pages, you might have 3 samples of work, that will be fine. And thankfully, AIS is going to be doing a workshop on this on Thursday. I'll be sending out the Zoom link today, but we'll go over this again in class. So if we don't get to everything today, don't get discouraged. You will still have the opportunity. So you want to take, if you haven't already, photographs of your models, like maybe your best model or your best project. If you can, scan your sketches. If you don't have an actual scanner, there's that PDF scanner thing on your phone that you can use. But you kind of want to take stock of like what your best things are, your best projects are. So I'm going to start with a title box, just because that kind of helps me get centered on how I want my fonts, what I want my fonts to be and how I want the overall look of it to be. Other people might have a different idea in mind, but this is after this is after you've decided what content you are going to be putting in these samples. So whatever projects you have, take stock first and say, do I have floor plans, sections, elevations, a site plan? Do I want to show all of that? Do I just want to show my modeling skills? And I might have one particular project where I was working on a process of a model. If y'all have some, I know y'all were doing like some type of collages or something in first year that were pinned up in the hall. So if you want to say, whatever the particular project or whatever the particular study was, I'm going to say, luxury high rise, because I got a bunch of pictures of high rise buildings apparently. And that'll be the title of it. You can give it a more swanky title, but for the sake of time and Ms. Asamoah not being that creative this morning, I'm going to use this. Now, these are the things that you want to take note of as you are developing your slides or developing your portfolio. I like to keep a separate document that shows what my title fonts are. Like I'll label it large title fonts and then put 54 Aharoni. And I will make sure that the large title font is in the same place. Remember, we were talking about our fields. Imagine if there was a grid here. I don't know if I can put a grid on PowerPoint. I have to figure that out. But imagine if there was a grid here. The great thing about PowerPoint is you can just duplicate the slide, and that will keep you from having to lay out everything. How does it, oh, grid and guides. Amen. Add horizontal guides. So you can add, you can add a grid. So everybody saw what I did. I clicked on the screen. I went to this little drop-down menu and put in grid lines. And then you can actually put in guides as well. You can put in vertical and horizontal guides, and that helps you to snap this to the same area or grid field each and every time. And then before we even start laying out information, we know we got our title down here. I like to go ahead and choose my title font ahead of time. That's just my preference. You might decide to do something else. but it just kind of helps me get in the mindset of what I want my stuff to look like, if I want a modern font or whatever. So I'll pick my title font, my subtitle font, and then the paragraph font. So it'll be something similar, like I might do a bold sans serif font and sans serif and serif. Does anybody understand what that means? I know we only got 4 minutes, but do you understand the difference between a serif and a sans serif font?
I don't.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
got the little ticker thing at the top, or
Exactly.
or like on keys on something. That's what it is.
Okay, exactly. Thank you, Deja. But I'm going to demonstrate. So a serif font has the tick or the additional little extra that makes it look a little fancier. So you see at the top of certain consonants, it has like on your L, your H, it has that little, I'm not sure what it's called. It's called a serif. It has that extension, if you will, at the bottom and top. Whereas on a sans serif font or a font without a serif, it does not have the extension at the top and the bottoms of your letters. So that's all that is. If I'm using a sans serif font, typically I like to maintain a sans serif font throughout the whole thing. It might not be the same font as the title font. I just choose something complementary. So I would go about choosing your 3 different fonts, large title or main big title, subtitle. So I'm just going to say large title, and this will be your next assignment. So you're going to choose your large title. First of all, you're going to get all your work together. Then you're going to choose your fonts, your large title font, what happened to my computer? It just stopped doing the things. That is so weird. Sorry, y'all. Your subtitle. No, I'm not going to use the same font. I'm going to change this to something else. And I'm going to change the size to a body, and I'm going to do it rule of thumb, maybe half of the size of your large title font. So about 24 is good. Subtitle, and then you're going to do, what was the last one? Anybody remember? Your paragraph text, whatever that. So first step, gather all of your projects, scan them in, photograph them, decide what you want to use and what you don't want to use. Then we're going to start laying stuff out. And at the beginning, I always like to choose my fonts first because that's just kind of how my brain works. So I'm asking you to do the same until you have developed your kind of own system for this. And if for some of you, this is, repeat or child's play, please bear with me. And so I said I'm going to do half of each, right? So now I got a title text, subtitle text, paragraph text. Now I can start, first of all, I can duplicate this particular slide so I don't have to why doesn't it just let me right click and duplicate slide anymore? Oh, I gotta click over here. So I can duplicate this slide so that it's on each slide that I have already. And then I have my grid here. I'm gonna start laying out my fields. So I'm taking into consideration that this is my title slide. I'm sorry, we're going over. Just bear with me. And on that title slide, I always like to do a catchy large image. So I might label this large image. So this is before I even start putting my work in here. So now we're just laying out fields, right? And so I'll have picture of or project 1 description. And then in this other field, I'll have picture of project 1. So do you understand what we're doing? We're choosing our fonts and we're laying out the fields. And we're labeling those fields. So similar to what you did prior, but you're coming up with your own layout this time. And we'll go over some like basic layouts for you to use and maintain. But this, I'm going to change your syllabus a little bit. This will, no, I think this was on it. This will be assignment 2. So give me a cover page with your name again, and then give me a cover page for your work sample itself, and then lay out 1 project, well, 2 project pages. So a cover page for your work sample and 2 project pages. So you're just going to do this. Picture project 1 description, and then you can do the same layout if you want and just change the content label of the field. Does everybody understand?
Yes, this is for our next assignment, or are we doing that other one first?
This is for your next assignment. So you can do this as
Yes.
like practice, and then
Okay.
this you actually need to turn in the work sample layout.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for
All right.
clarifying.
When is this one due?
This will be due Friday.
Okay.
So assignment 2, work sample layout. So you're going to do a cover page and 2 page layouts with just the fields and your fonts. Y'all know how to reach me if y'all have any questions.
Okay.
And I will send you the YouTube link for this so you can look at it again. And keep in mind, as you're laying out your fields, you can add guides. You can pull up a ruler, which is great. And then you can add guides to make sure everything snaps to where you want it to be, or everything lines up so that these 2 fields are next to each other. You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yes.
Okay. And we want to maintain the same, we want to maintain consistent margins and things of that nature. So take that into consideration as you're laying out. I'm sorry I didn't go over all of that in detail, but we'll again review this on Friday. And you could put this, once you have saved this assignment out, you can go ahead and put it in concept board for Friday once you're finished. Okay. I'm sorry for keeping y'all 6 minutes over, but I appreciate your patience and your questions. And I hope this is helpful. And I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Do y'all need me to send this PowerPoint to you?
Yes, if you can send it.
Okay. Cool in the game. Thank you, students. Y'all have a great day.
When I was trying to get onto the board, it was saying I needed a password.
Did you set up an account, Mike?
What that could be?
Huh?
I tried, but it's like it's saying protected boards, and it says please enter board password.
That's weird. So I'm gonna re-invite you again. I'm gonna send you another email, log out of everything, and we'll see if that works, because I don't know what is a protected board? Since when does that happen?
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what happened.
Me either. All participants. All right. Board share. Mike M. Adams. M. Adams what?
8155 at Tuskegee.
8155. All right, done. All right, so try logging out of everything and then trying it again. If that doesn't work, give me a call, okay?
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have any questions before I sign off? Okay.
I think that's everything. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a
Have a
good
good
day.
one.
You too.
Wait, actually, Professor, do you mind if I talk to you for a moment?
Sure, Morgan, what's up?
I am a first year student, but all of my classes are second and third year because I transferred in a lot of credits.
Yes.
So I have a feeling that I'm a little bit out of my depth because I don't have the work that everybody else has.
Okay. Do you have work? Like some sketches or some previous architecture projects or something visual architecture related? Doesn't necessarily have to be architecture related. It can be, you know, design related on the global scale of life.
I guess not in the traditional sense.
Okay.
I'm
Do you have some creative work?
I do, but it's not.
Photography?
It's okay. It's more like tactile and tangible. I create wood projects. I don't know if that would help. I don't know if that could count.
Yes, take photographs of your wood projects.
But that can work.
Yeah, and then tell us about the whole idea of the portfolio is that you are showing somebody what you can do and telling them the story of how you got to that point. So it may be you're just kind of telling them, educating them on your process. So if you have like preliminary sketches that you do before you start woodworking, then you can put that in. If you just have a blurb of text that talks about how you do what you do, like we had one student who prior to coming into the program, he used to make bow ties. So he talked about how he got into making bow ties and why he did what he did and about the fabrics and things like that. So you're telling your story. So don't think you don't have work because you're a creative person. So I know you have work. So we're not going to worry. It's going to be fine.
And so the first assignment, I'm to like create a cover page for a magazine.
Yes, so let me show you exactly what I did so that you can get the cover page for the magazine, because it can be a little bit tricky if you don't do it this way. So you want to go to Google and you want to, come on Google, you want to type in a particular page, whatever, and you can say Essence Magazine and you want to say cover specifically because if you go to the company's website, more often than not, they're going to take you to a subscription page and you don't want that. So you got Essence Magazine cover, you're going to go to images. Come on, internet, don't do me like this. We're going to pick Idris Elba just because. And so don't tell your parents that your teacher is horrible. No, that doesn't give us a clear visual. We want a clear visual. All right, let's do Yara. We love Yara, she's gorgeous. All right, so we're going to click on the picture of, oh, this is on Pinterest, so I guess that helps. So apparently you can find these on Pinterest too. I don't know what happened to Yara's cover, so I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna right click on this image that came up on the side screen. I'm not sure how your computer is set up. And then I'm gonna save image as. And you can rename it to Essence Magazine cover. Magazine, come on now. Magazine cover. And I have a file on my desktop titled ARC 211, which is this class. And we want to make sure that it's saved out as a JPEG image, or it can be a PNG, but the only option it's giving me is a JPEG. So we're going to click on our ARC 211 file. We're going to save the magazine cover, and then we're going to take it into PowerPoint. And then in PowerPoint, you're going to start a new presentation with blank slides. Wait. All right, blank presentation. And insert our new slide. And you need 2 slides for this particular presentation. If you decide to do more covers, you can. And you can say assignment 1, Morgan, what's your last name? Deloach. I like that name. Sounds fancy. Morgan Deloach.
Thank you.
I spell it right?
It's frozen on the Google.
Okay.
It's frozen on the Google tab.
Oh, snap. Sorry. My bad.
I'm pretty sure I'm following along. If it's fine, I can follow along auditorially.
Okay, so we're here. We got assignment 1, Morgan Deloach, ARC 211. And then on the next page, you can get rid of all these title boxes and everything. And then we're going to insert pictures from this device. It's going to take me where? Here. Insert And then we want to do 2 of these magazine covers side by side. Apparently I did 3, and you can enlarge them. And so simply what we're doing is taking the shapes and highlighting the fields for each one. I don't know what I just did. Apparently, PowerPoint has gotten fancier. If it did photo editing, we'd be doing great. So we want them side by side, and we're just going to highlight the different fields. And by fields, I mean the areas that are taking up content on the page within your grid. So thankfully, there's a grid already laid out on PowerPoint because I just figured out you could do that. Haven't used this in a while. And then you're going to go up here to these options and start placing rectangles over the different fields and then labeling them. And you could say title font. Or large title font. Or logo, something, you know, that sets it apart from the other ones. And then so you'll just do that for each thing. And even if you want to block out the background image, you can do that as well. And you would just cover the entire page. I would do the smaller ones first, just because it's easier to see. You can do them in different colors if you like. And so this is just so that we understand, you know, everything is broken, all grids are broken down into different fields when we are laying out design presentations. And within those fields, we can put whatever content. We're just going to make sure that the content is proportionate. Like if we have 2 separate pages. Is this making sense? Morgan?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Oh, okay, just making sure you're still there. All right, so you're gonna let
Yes.
each one, and then you'll have this one next to it, just so we can see what the original magazine cover looked like. And then once you're done, you'll file either, I always print to PDF, and then you could put it in Concept Board. Is that helpful?
Is there a difference between the print to PDF and saving it as a PDF?
No, just as long as you can generate a PDF.
No, okay.
All right. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, thank you. This is very helpful.
You're very welcome. I'm going to send the whole class this presentation that I put together today, and then I'll send you guys the link to the live as well.
Okay.
All right. You take care. Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good afternoon. Yes, is this Carla? I'm so sorry it took so long. I was finishing out my class. I had planned to call you, but my students had some questions, so I have just gotten out of class. But no, so thank you so much for responding, because I definitely, like, in my mind, I was like, did I send the stuff to Studio Leaveskin? Like, did I do it? Did I do it? And I got this checklist and I'm looking like, no, you didn't. So thank you for doubling back with me. No. Right. Yes, ma'am, I sure can. So, all right, so we kind of have two different types of days happening. You know that the expo runs all week, but on Monday and Wednesdays, those are kind of our career fair days specifically. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays are educational and presentation days. So Monday, Wednesday is when you'll have more kind of one-on-one interaction with the students. And what we'll be doing is sending out a Zoom link. Everybody will have the same link all week long. I don't want any confusion in that regard. And you will have access to the main Zoom virtual room. And then once you sign on, I will be there smiling at you, and you can go and sign into your breakout room, or I'll put you in your breakout room that says Studio Liebskin. And whatever representatives are there will have with them, you know, a short PowerPoint presentation is pretty decent, but the students are supposed to do their research prior to coming to this event. They will receive assignments on which studios that they are to go to, and in 20-minute slots from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock Eastern time to 1 o'clock Eastern time when you're in, you'll get 8 students or 16 students, depending on how many students you want to talk to at a time, to have a conversation with. Give them a quick introduction to your studio, tell them what it is that you do, tell them what they might be doing if they were to come to intern there, just kind of build a rapport with them and get to know them. And so you'll have a list of students that are coming to you. They have a list of firms that they are going to, and they are signing in and immediately going to your breakout room on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 12. It will depend upon what it is that you are looking for. So in terms of architecture students, I think we have 11 graduating seniors. So if you want to see students one-on-one, we have 11 graduating seniors. I think it's 13 fourth-year seniors, and then 8 third-year studios. So those are all, that's like our professional program students. And so if you want to see just 5th-year graduating seniors and 4th-year seniors, then we'll make it so that your schedule just contains those students. And if you want to do 2 at a time or one-on-one, it's just a matter of you specifying, I just want to see these students from this level one-on-one. Or if you want to, what we like to do is have like the younger students kind of pair up with the older students so they get an idea of how this thing goes. Typically, of course, it would be in person and they would be walking up to a table that says Studio Liebskin, but you know, this is not where we are in life right now. So just taking it as it comes. So they be kind of shadowing, you know, the older students and introducing themselves so that they can build a rapport with you. And then next year, if you're interested in them, or you've seen something in their portfolio that they can improve upon or something of that nature, then they had the opportunity to come back and actually interview with you the following year. But we know typically like 1st year and 2nd year students don't typically get hired by firms unless they're like extremely exceptional and blowing people out of the water. Okay. Right. Age is amazing, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I like there's a student in my class who I think would be amazing at Studio Leapskin. It's just a matter of if he's willing to go to New York or how you are doing that. But y'all can talk about that in the, the one-on-ones. So okay, let me kind of finish breaking down that day. So 9 to 12 is kind of your like speed dating sessions with the students. And then at 12 o'clock, there's an open forum. And in the open forum, the students are tasked with approaching the firms. So what we ask the firms to do is to change their name tag once they come in, before when they're logging into Zoom, it'll pop up and it'll say Carla Swickerworth. Am I saying your last name correctly? Okay, so it's Asamoah, but but yeah, I'll take it. It sounds French, but it's not. So they'll see your name and they'll see your studio. And so we want you to make sure you have your studio label up there as well. So it'd be just like your name tag if they were walking up to you and they are to approach you in the chat room and say, "Hello, Miss Swickerworth. My name is so-and-so. I really am interested in Studio Leapskin, but I wasn't scheduled to meet with you today. Can we talk this afternoon or set up a phone call later," or something like that. Or if you want to go to a breakout room with them right then, you are welcome to send me a chat because I'll be somehow managing all this and I could put you two in a breakout room. Oh, it's going to be very interesting. I'm calling that it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Exactly. I'm hoping we have about 23 companies signed up, I think, currently. I just have to see how many representatives are coming, and I'm hoping that we don't have a bunch of internet issues where students are getting like bumped out of rooms and things like that. So I'm going to try and do a practice run ahead of time. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so yeah, you'll be smiling. You can put a picture up of your like something cool from your studio, and the students are to approach you and talk to you. But this is like lunchtime, so we're thinking like, bring your own lunch, obviously, and they are to approach you. And then in the afternoon, during that kind of speed dating session, we're hoping that some of the firms have like kind of looked at certain students and said, "Hey, I want to meet with this student again." And so you can go back to your breakout room from 1 to 3 and say, "Hey, so-and-so Johnson, I would like to talk further with you about, your portfolio and maybe get to know you a little better specifically and see if this is a possible match." And from there, if you decide to, call that student in for an interview on your time or what have you, then you can do that. If you want to interview them on the spot, you can do that as well. It's just, you make the connection as to how you want to follow up. But the afternoon session gives you an opportunity to kind of follow up with the students that you're interested in, which is typically what would happen during, non-COVID times. We would provide you with an actual room at the university and you can go talk to students. So then on Tuesday and Thursday during our educational seminars, everybody has the same link. It's just scheduled out 60-minute slots for each company to present on whatever they would like to present on. And something architecture related, obviously, but it could be about your firm. It could be about a particular project. It could be about, your studio culture and how things have changed during this time. Or I could send you some educational topics. So what we try to do with these seminars and company presentations is kind of fill in any gaps in our curriculum, so that the students are getting some exposure to things that are going on in the greater field of architecture and construction science management. So that's that. And then on Friday, I've actually allotted time from 9 to 12 for companies to do more speed dating if necessary, because typically we would have that time available for companies if they were coming to the university. But, oh no. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Hello? I'm so sorry, my phone just died, but we're on the charger, so we should be good. But I was saying that Friday, we may give companies that, depending upon their schedule, didn't have the opportunity to do both Monday and Wednesday and might need an additional day to do some more speed dating with the students, that time from 9 to 12. Additionally, we have design charrettes happening at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So there are 2 projects currently going on. We introduced the NOMAS competition, so we start kind of brainstorming for that. And then we have another local project that we're working on with Gensler. Oh, what is it called? I should know because I'm teaching the studio. The historic Greenwood Village, which is the community surrounding the campus. We're doing some revitalization efforts and reimagining what the commercial corridor could look like for that area. So that'll be 2 groups, that'll be 2 breakout room sessions. You're welcome to come in, participate. I know you're extremely busy, but it's open. And then, so that will be happening on Wednesday. The students will present on Friday at lunch. And then after that, there's the alumni panel and something else is happening. Oh, the keynote address, who is given by an alumni representative from DPR this year. His name is Greg Ford. So that is all happening. We're supposed to do virtual tours too, trying to figure out that. Dr. Daniels is supposed to be handling that, so I'm not going to stress about it. I'm assuming you figure it out. Yes, you got a whole PhD, sir. I'm not on your level yet, so you can do that. Do you have any questions or do you need clarification on anything? Yes, ma'am. I'm glad it makes more sense. Oh, phone. Why does my phone hate me? Hi, Carla. I'm so sorry. My phone is horrible.
I understand. Don't worry at all. So I have just a couple questions. Like I said, this is extremely helpful and now it all makes more sense to me. Because when I just went to on the Eventbrite, it like with no information, you know. So I'm like, what am I signing up? What do I have to do? When do I have to be there? So this is very helpful.
Yes, ma'am.
So one question is for the Monday and Wednesday, could we pick a day?
Yeah,
Like try to consolidate it in one day instead of two?
sure.
Okay. And then for the Tuesday, Thursday, doing the presentations, do you have a schedule for that about times and topics you would like, or, you know?
So the schedule is still in the process of being filled out because all the companies haven't sent me their availability yet. But it will be from 9 to 12 and then from 1 to 5, I think is what we have up there, but I'm thinking we'll probably stop around 4 with the presentations because the design charrettes are going to start. But if you send me your availability, I'll send you some topics that we will need covered. But if you send me your availability, then I can get you plugged in. Just let me know which day, would it be Tuesday or would it be Thursday, and like maybe 3 time slots that will work for you. And then I can email you back with a confirmation.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And then again, we can make presentations on, lots and lots of topics. So if there are particular things you think would be good for your students to hear, that would be great. And also because, I know a lot of the students probably were there last year. Was that last year or was that 2 years ago when I came?
It might have been 2 years ago, but when I tell you that presentation had such a huge impact on our students, and so many people were looking up projects as precedent studies from Studio Leaveskin because of that presentation, and all they're trying to incorporate all of those things in their design projects. So some of them are like successful, some of them are still figuring it out. So that's why I said they're going to be very excited that Studio Leaveskin is coming.
Oh, that was such a great day. Such a great. The students were just amazing, and it was really a fun thing, to be there and
so
great to hear that it sparked some ideas. That's always good.
Yes, for sure. I'm so glad that this was helpful. I'm sorry that the Eventbrite wasn't more helpful, but I'm just trying to figure out how to transition all of this into the virtual space. So it's been interesting.
Sending you all my thoughts and prayers and love and everything.
Thank you.
To make sure you get all this sorted out. I think you're going to do a great job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think it'll be fun, and I'm sure everybody will be understanding if things get a little, crazy.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much, Carlos. Great talking to you. We look forward to seeing you virtually next week.
Okay, great. I'll send you all my info probably by the end of the day tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Have a great one.
Bye.
Oh, goodness. What did I just do? Did I get it? Okay.